Ausable Valley Disc Golf. Today I'm going to show you my 2023 in the bag. For me, it's going to be a whole new bag, whole new manufacturer of this, and so we'll get on to it. I ended up going to Discmania, so I have two new putters. I have the P2, two of them. I like the way they feel. They're a little more overstable than the putters I was using last year, but I'm getting used to them. They feel good in the hand. They putt nice. I mean, everybody knows that about a P2. It's just one of Discmania's most popular discs in general. So that's what I got, and that's what I got for putters at the moment. My bag will be morphing throughout the season because I basically have all my discs are discs that I've either received from Alex or they got purchased for me for gifts. We'll go on to my mid-ranges.
Still got another putter down there?
No. So we're going to, I guess, what would be the most overstable part of it, which would be they're kind of mid-range throw putters, which are the Razor Claws. They're the approach disc. I have two of them. They're actually called the Tactic. So I have this one, which I got in a trade a couple of years ago. I kind of was just holding on to it and never was. I threw it a couple times. For me, it was kind of supposed to take the place of like a zone. I think it actually flies a little further than I throw my zone, but it has that overstability that's there when I need it. If I and then I have the Tactic Evolution Exo Plastic. This one has a little more grip to it, so I kind of throw this one when I need that kind of feel for the hand, where maybe the more softer or the more slicker plastic isn't gripping at that moment. And then they have the Maestro, which is supposed to be overstable. I have yet to throw this, so I'm kind of interested in seeing how this will go. It has a little bit of a bead on it, so I'm not really a bead person, but it actually doesn't feel bad in my hand. So I want to see how this one flies. It almost feels like a throwing putter type of rim and type of feel, but so we'll see. We'll get into that. And then I have my MD3s, or the Iron Samurai. Shout out to Eagle. I got this as a gift from my daughter and Alex when they were on one of their trips. I really like the feel of this. I like the look of it. I like the way it flies when I throw it. It's kind of basically my buzz. It's my mid-range disc of choice at the moment. I like the way it flies and the way it feels. And then I have this MD3, which is a tad less stable than the Iron Samurai. This one flies pretty straight, pretty true. And even for someone like me, it turns over just a tad bit. So I get a little bit of an S out of it before it finishes the way it normally finishes. So, and then I have the Sky God, which is my throwing putter. This is like my go-to up disc when I need to throw something straight right at the basket. Maybe I don't have the hyzer look at it or something, and I just want to, I got like 120 to 130, maybe up to 150 something feet, and I just want to throw right at the basket, maybe give it an ace run scare. This is basically my disc for that choice. We have the essences. I have two. One is the Exoplastic, or the Evolution Plastic Neo, which I know it doesn't get talked about a lot. But I don't know if a lot of people don't like to throw it, but I actually like the feel of it. I think it feels like a good plastic. I don't know if it's just thicker and it's just a little more beefy, but I really tend to like it. And then we have the Essence Zen. I have not to throw this one yet, so I'm curious to see how they mix back and forth. I'm really still just learning my bag, like when I go to the store, I'm probably gonna pick up some more discs just to try to fill in the gaps that I find when I throw, and we'll see what happens. But like I said, this is the spring in the bag. You know, for me, switching manufacturers, there's going to be a lot of figuring out what works best for me throughout the season, and hopefully by the end of the year, I have a nice full bag of discs that I'm confident in throwing. And then I have my fairway driver FD. This is the X out version. Then I have the FD, like a lime green, I guess. This is like my forehand up disc. It seems to, it doesn't take place of my Raptor that I have, but at the moment, it's the only disc that I got that feels good in my hand when I throw a forehand. You know, that forehand around 200 feet that I like to throw to get myself out of trouble. So right now, that's what this disc does. When I throw backhand, I don't get quite the flight that I would like to get out of it. That I probably would just go up to a more overstable long distance driver that I want, because for some reason I'm just not getting the flight. But again, I'm just learning these discs, so probably, who knows, by the end of the season maybe these discs will be something that I really enjoy. I don't know. And then my long distance drivers, I only have a couple. Like I said, I got most of mine from Alex on a hand-me-down, so raided his stash of Discmania, which he didn't have a bunch of either. So when we go to Idlewild here in the coming week, I'm sure we're gonna hit a store, and I'll probably pick up a few of the discs that are down there. I'm sure I'll test them all out and figure out what feels good to me and what's available and so on and so forth. But we'll get on to it. First, they have the DDX disc. It feels really kind of flat with not a lot of dome. It's got a weird little kind of groove right here. I know that they don't make this disc anymore. I know but I think they came out with a disc that's kind of in its place. So again, when we go to the store, I'll check it all out, see what I got there. But I haven't thrown it yet. Alex tells me that it's pretty overstable. So for this particular run, I don't know. So I can't wait to get to Idlewild, where we get out in the field and warm up and basically unload this bag to see where everything goes and how it flies. So until then, and then I have my PD2. It's in a glow plastic, kind of a dye. This disc I've thrown a few times. It flies okay at the moment. I can put it on Anheuser and have it fly out there and kind of flip over and dump. But for right now, the one thing I'm really learning right now is Discmania doesn't have a lot of understable long distance drivers. So I'm trying to figure out how to throw these discs and or try to get to where I can throw one. I know I've heard things like the new S line that is coming out tends to be more understable. So I would love to get my hands on one of those and try to throw that and see what happens. But for now, I just have this PD2. It, right now, it seems to be my go-to driver off the tee for long distance shots, but we'll see what the future brings. And then finally, I have my Enigma. It's in the Evolution Neoplastic. I like to throw this one out there as flat as I can. It seems to ride out there a decent distance before it takes a dump to the right. I don't get big flare skips, but at the moment, this was my go-to driver before I got the PD2. But so you'll probably see me swap back and forth between the two, unless I like the DDX, which I haven't thrown yet, or like I said, when we go to the store and I pick up a bunch of discs to fill in some gaps or fill some needs. But that's my 2023 in the bag. Mine will definitely be morphing throughout the season as I learn this new bag. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm hoping I'll throw it at least a couple of years before maybe I even switch, or who knows, maybe something changes and I switch before then. I don't know. But I just want to get a new manufacturer on the channel because Alex loves to throw Discraft, and I actually love to throw Discraft too. Discraft is a local company for us. It's in Michigan, so it was nice to support the local company. But I thought it would be a good idea to have a different manufacturer. So I had a couple in mind, and basically almost drew this one out of a hat, and that's what I went with. So I'm throwing Discmania this year. Alex is throwing Discraft. So it'll be kind of a manufacturer battle besides me and him playing against each other. So hopefully for my taste that Discmania comes out on top. But we'll know. We'll never know. We'll find out at the end of the year. Until then, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the future.